I am always asked, what is evidence? Let's make a drink and talk about what evidence actually is. Evidence is what the Crown or a defense wants the judge to rely on in order to either ground a conviction if it's the Crown or find someone not guilty if it's the defense that's leading evidence. Evidence can be what a person says, so a witness or a victim, photographs the police have collected, what video the police have collected, information from a police officer, so whatever a police officer says or does firsthand, what an expert says is evidence, and obviously what an expert says is based solely on what they have done. So, for example, if a piece of evidence is sent for forensic testing to the Center for Forensics and Science, then that witness would have to come to court and explain what they did with the piece of evidence and what they found as a result. So, for example, they might receive a firearm, they test the firearm for fingerprints and DNA, they get a result, and they have to come to court and explain that to the judge, what they've found and what they've seen. Where I'm often asked whether or not there's any evidence, or quite frankly, when I'm told there is no evidence, is in situations in which all of the evidence comes from one witness who may or may not be impartial, and I am told there's no evidence against me. If a witness says something or someone did something, that in and of itself can be evidence. Evidence does not need to be hard evidence, for example, fingerprints, DNA, or photograph. If I accuse someone of doing something and I go to court and say this person did something, that is some evidence that the judge can consider and rely on. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to rely on them, but they certainly can. All of this is considered evidence.